हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू केमिस्ट्री चैम। सो आज जो टॉपिक हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं दैट इज फैक्टर अफेक्टिंग रेट ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शन। सो रेट क्या होता है वो हम स्टडी कर चुके अपने लास्ट लेक्चर में। लाइक दिस इज ए दैट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू प्रोडक्ट, सो रेट विल बी इक्वल्स टू इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिएक्टेंट, सो दैट इज माइनस साइन, सो डी ए बाय डी टी, दिस इज रेट। इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट डी पी बाय डी टी। Okay, so this is the rate. So this rate is depending upon different factors. So there are various factors that depend on rate or rate that affect. Okay, so first is concentration. How concentration affect the rate of a chemical reaction? So concentration is directly proportional to the rate, or we can say rate is directly proportional to the concentration of a reactant. Rate of a reaction is directly proportional to concentration. Means this is directly depend on concentration. How much concentration we have taken for a chemical reaction. So that's why this is directly depend on the concentration. And full detail we are discuss this topic in terms of rate law. Okay. Now the second is temperature. If we increase temperature, so the rate also increases. Rate means speed of this chemical reaction increases. So if we increase this temperature, so the rate also increases. By every 10 degrees Celsius degree temperature, rate is double. Rate is double for every 10 degrees Celsius. Means rate increases with increase in temperature. Or we can say it is double after every 10 degrees Celsius increasing of temperature. Okay, so this is the temperature effect of temperature on a rate of chemical reaction. Now we are talking about the third factor, that is pressure. So this pressure is specific for those molecules that are present in gaseous form. We know gaseous molecules are randomly present. If we apply pressure, like this is the container, so we can fill these gases into a smaller volume. Like we are having LPG, we are having CNG gas, so we can these fill into smaller volume. Okay, so these are we are applying here pressure. So these pressure can make these molecules closer and they are converted into liquid form. So if we are applying pressure, so pressure increase means the molecules that comes closely. Molecules comes closely means that the molecules that strikes to each other and the rate of the chemical reaction increases. So the rate increases. Okay, now the next factor is surface area. If we are having a big surface area, like this is big surface area, this is smaller, so their particles are small. In this surface area there are so many particles were present at this surface area. So surface area more means rate more, means reaction faster. Okay, यहाँ पे surface area हमारे पास कम होगा, so means rate decreases. Surface area more surface area more rate. Okay, now the next factor is catalyst. So catalyst also increase the rate of a chemical reaction. It provide another path for a chemical reaction. For example, we are having this. This is reactant, this is product. So we are providing this energy, this much energy. So this is the minimum energy which is required to convert reactant into product. Okay, so this is the minimum energy which is required to convert reactant into product. So this catalyst provides another path, means it provides, like this is the another path which has lesser energy. This path has lesser energy, so it provides alternative path which has lesser energy, and it does not participate in a chemical reaction. It does not affect the product. The product we are having the same, but it provides alternative path and proceed the reaction faster. Means rate increases with catalyst. Rate of reaction increases with catalyst. It provide another path. Okay, so this will affect of our rate of a chemical reaction. Now the next factor is nature of reactant. Now it is also depend on the nature of reactant. Like if we are having a reactant in which single bond is present or the bond length is larger, so we will provide only less much energy to break this bond. If we are having double bond or triple bond, so we are providing more energy to break these bonds and convert it into product. So this is also depend upon the nature of reactant. The nature of reactant, like how this is bind with the another reactant and this is converted into product. So firstly we have to provide some energy to break these bonds. Okay, so we have to provide some energy to dissociate or to break these bonds and then convert it into products. So this is depend on nature of reactant. If we are providing less energy, means rate would be faster. If we are providing more energy, means that bond is stronger and the rate is less. Okay, now the next is radiation. So radiation, this is help in terms of we are having like Cl2, we are providing here H nu, means sunlight, or we are providing any radiation. So this will be break into 2 Cl free radical, we can say. Okay, so the radiation, the intensity of that radiation, or we can say intensity of light is more, so that this will be break faster. So intensity more, so rate increases. Okay, so these are the 7 factors on which rate of a chemical reaction depends. Now we are talking in terms of concentration, because this is also known as rate law. The change in terms of concentration, we can say in terms of molar concentration. The change of concentration, or we can say the change in molar concentration per unit time, that is called rate law. Okay, so now we are talking in terms of rate law. Rate law, or we can also say effect of concentration. So what is rate law? Rate law is basically we have to determine rate in terms of molar concentration. Rate in terms of molar concentration. With time. Okay, let us consider we are having a reaction A plus B, they gives C plus D, and their stoichiometric coefficient are A, there is B, there is small c, there is small d. These are their stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, now we have to write their rate. Okay, so we have to write rate. This is directly proportional to, like we are writing here in terms of molar concentration, not like rate is equals to minus dA by dt. Okay, not like that. We are writing in terms of only concentration, and we are writing rate law. So rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactant. So here concentration of reactant is A, there is B, and raised to the power x and y. These x may be equals to A and B. This x is equals to A, or x is not equals to A. This y is equals to B, or y may not be equals to B. Means these may be equals to stoichiometric coefficient or may not be equal. Okay, so this is rate law. So this is actually the rate law. Okay, if we are removing this sign, this is proportional sign because rate is directly proportional to the molar concentration. These are molar concentration of reactant. So if we are removing this sign, so there is a constant present K, which is called rate constant. K is rate constant. Okay, so K, there is A raised to the power x, B raised to the power y. So now we are talking about what is the definition of rate law. So rate law is the concentration in terms of molar concentration raised to their power, which is equals to stoichiometric coefficient, may or may not be equal to stoichiometric coefficient. This is equals to rate law. Rate law is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactant raised to their power may or may not be equal to stoichiometric coefficient. So this is rate law. Okay, so we are discussing about the rate law. Now we are talking about order of a reaction. Order. What is order? Order is basically the reaction depend on. Okay. Firstly, we leave this order of a reaction. Now we are talking about this rate. This rate is experimentally determined. We cannot predict the rate of a chemical reaction. Okay. How? For example, we are having N2 plus H2. They gives 2NH3. Okay. The reaction should be balanced. So there is 3. Okay. Now we have to write rate according to this reaction. So the rate is equals to K. There is N2 raised to their power. Stoichiometric coefficient is 1. So 1. There is H2 raised to the power 3. So this may be equal to this rate, or otherwise this may be different. How this is different? Like we are having CHCl3. This will break into CHCl3. This will be break into CCl. So we are having CHCl3 plus Cl2. They will form CCl4 plus HCl. Okay, they form this. So their rate would be equals to K according to our rate law. If we are talking about their stoichiometric coefficient, so rate is equals to K. Here CHCl3 raised to the power 1 and Cl2 raised to the power 1. This is theoretically if we are talking about their according to their stoichiometric coefficient. But we cannot predict the rate by seeing this chemical reaction. Experimentally, this is found the rate for this chemical reaction is K CHCl3 Cl2 they will raise to the power half. Okay, this is the rate. So we cannot predict the rate of a chemical reaction according to by seeing a chemical reaction. Okay, so this is the rate of this chemical reaction. Okay, we cannot predict. Now we are talking about order. What is order? So order is basically the sum of the power of their coefficient present in rate law. So this is the rate law we are talking about. In rate law, there is the raised power is present. The sum of the coefficient of their raised power of these molar concentration, this is known as order. Order will be equals to x plus y, and we have to find out order n. We are representing order is n. N is equals to x plus y. Okay, from this equation, x and y, these are the power of their molar concentration. So in terms of rate law, there some powers are given. Now we are adding this, so that is order. So order of a reaction is the molar concentration of a reactant raised to their power, and sum of these power or coefficient, these are known as order. So this is order of a reaction. So there are 1, 2 and 3 points. First point is this: order may be 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on, and also fractional. Okay, so order may be 0, like there is power 0, there is also 0, so order is 0, like n is equals to x plus y. If x is 0, y is 0, n is 0, order is 0. We can also write n means order is fractional. How this is fractional? From this equation we have seen there is power 1 plus there is power half, so this is equals to 3 by 2. Okay, means this is fractional. Order of this reaction is fractional. Or this is also 1, 2, 3 up to so on. Like if we are having x1, y0, so n is equals to 1. If we are having like this 1 plus 1, 2. Okay, so we are having order 0, 1, 2, 3 also fractional. Now the second point is, if a reaction that is complete in a single reaction, that is called elementary reaction. In a single step reaction, that is called elementary reaction. And from this elementary reaction we are finding out molecularity. For example, we are having A, this is converted into product, means this is a single step reaction, this is elementary reaction. If we are having a sequence of elementary reaction, that is called complex reaction. For example, we are having A, this is converted into B plus C. Now B plus C, this is converted into D. D is converted now into product. So this is called complex reaction. Like we are having this elementary reaction, this elementary reaction, this elementary reaction. There is a sequence of these reactions are present. So this is called complex reaction. Okay. So this is our topic, the factor affecting rate of reaction, what is rate law, what is order. In the next lecture we are talking about unit of rate constant. What is the unit of rate constant? So you have to learn about what is the rate, what is the rate constant. Rate constant is basically K, in which we are founding in terms of rate law. So in rate law, rate is equals to K a raised to the power x, b raised to the power y. In the next video, we are finding out the unit of this k and also unit of this rate. Okay. So hope this video is helpful to you. Hit the like button, share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.